Today I'm going to be swaging for and loading my Ruger's Old Army. This is my YouTube channel, Mark Target, YouTube at Black Powder Yard, associated with my blog, blackpowderyard.com. So I'm using my recovered round balls that have been sorted because I also shoot the 44 caliber, 1858 Army, and the Ruger is considered a 45 caliber. So I do sort those. I'm going to be using my arbor vise, I call it, and this is a hole based on a 29/64 drill bit. It makes a conical. It's about 4x3 but it really comes out about 4, 6, 7 in diameter. So I'm going to put that there. So that is pretty good. That should give us a good result. So I do that, put it so it's aligned, and squeeze it through. Oops. That's a little tight. Not bad. Oops, get this out of the way, it'll drop right into the box. Here we go. Let's see how that works. Before we try to load it up. If it's okay, that's pretty good there. Has to rest down in there a little bit. My last short form, I was pounding them in, and that's really not the best way to get the best results. Problem with these recovereds is if they're shot, that's about right, at higher velocities, the barrel has a swaging effect, and the diameter is too large to be able to force down these through my swaging holes. That's a little bit tight, but we'll let it go. We'll see how, when we start to load the cylinder, we'll see how that works. So that's what we get here. Let's take a look at the, let's see what it shows on the caliper. Actually, it's about 450. Whoops. On top. It's about 457 or so. Something around that. Okay, let's try, did we did that one. Sometimes they're a little bit loose. And let's see if we have one that's a little loose here. No, not bad. So it fits pretty well. Oh, it goes through. It goes through. So we want to smack it. We give it a short wrap. Too much, and it expands too much. Just one wrap should do it. And let's see how it came out. It's still a little loose, but not too bad. So we're going to drive it through. Let's see that here. Again, a lot of this is feel. It's not like you just put it in the device and press a lever and it comes out the same every time. It doesn't, unfortunately. Let's try, see if we got a, that's about right. See, that's a little bit high. That may not go as easily as I'd like it. The more force you put on it, the larger the diameter, and it's not going to go into the cylinder very well, easily, as it should. See, that's a little tight already, I can tell. As I get into more powerful shooting, see, yeah, that's too tight. it's just gonna swage it to too large of a diameter. So that is going to go into the scrap jar. When I eventually start to throw that is just going to be too big. Goes into the scrap jar. Shouldn't take that much force to get it out. That is a little bit loose. So we're going to give it one wrap. Expands into the hole a little bit. And drive it out. Now these are good, like I say, for gallery loads. If I'm, 5 grains. If I'm shooting longer distance, hotter, I'm going to start doing exclusively new round balls. They give you a much cleaner, much more consistent. It's going to be a little hard, but we're going to try it anyway. And see, sometimes I drive them through twice if they go through easily enough. That may work. Nope. These are tight. Yeah, that's going to be too tight. Let me see if I can drive it through twice. That's just too tight. Let me see if I can drive it through again. See, that's another thing that happens. You start losing. That might work. You start losing some shavings. And that, of course, gives you a lighter conical. Well, these are really hard today. Yeah, that's not going to go. Really having trouble with the thing today. Let me try to drive it the other way. See if that works. Easier to drive it the other way. I should have remembered. See, that's just got to go in the scrap jar. It's no good. How many do I have? I have 4. I can also use. Who whistled? I whistled. Oh my goodness. I can. That might not be too bad. We'll see. I can also use a my 4.42s, which I use for my 44 calibers, and that may work a little better. So that's 5, and one more. Let's try one more here. Oh, I got 2 more here. Let's see how high this sits. That sits a little bit too high, so we're not going to try that one today. Let's try this one here. That almost will go through. So that's what we're looking for. That should be easy. Let's try that. Yeah, that's going to go nice. Well, it's a little tight. It's a little tight. What I can do is I can take these wings here and tighten them up a little bit so it sits, it clips on a little easier or stays tighter. There we go. All right, where are we here? Let's go here. It's already in there, so come on now. Let's see how hard it is. Yeah. See, it's just really hard. All right, let's try these in the cylinder, see if we have to redo any of these. It's got a little skirt on it. Sometimes I take a file see that? See that? Yeah, there we go. And I just kind of scrape them along there. It's still got a little skirt on it, but that's okay. It's a little short, but we'll see. So let me see how they go in the cylinder. Stand by. So before I take the trouble loading these, let's see how that goes in there pretty, maybe almost too easily. It's got a little resistance that hopefully that'll go down the chamber. Will go down easily. This will go down nicely. That's not bad. And this is, let me get the ring here. Oops. I'm going to redo that one. Okay, I'm going to run that through the hole again. Stand by. Okay, let's see. It probably will go, but let's try it. All right, I'm going to load up. Let's powder up. So I got 4 of these loaded up. Let's try. I use a drop tube 30-30 shell case because I don't want powder on the walls. When I'm using grease, I don't want powder to stick on the walls. It can cause chain fires. It's in my blog, and other people have commented on it as far as chain firing. Okay, now we're going to load them up. Let's see how they go. I'm going to do all 6 here. So, let's see. I don't know if that one's going to go, but we shall see. That's an iffy one. That's going to go. Right. Let's see. Last short form on the Ruger, I did pound some of them in on the short form video loading, gallery loading the Ruger, and it did cause a couple of short bullets to land a little low because of the added friction that it causes. Let's see if we got that on the, here, let's try these and see how they go. That one went nicely. And this is 5, I forgot to mention, this is 5 grains of 777 3F. Okay, there we go. Again, this is strictly for short range. I'm going to try some 9-yard shooting. I don't think I'm going to get any good results at 25 yards, but again, I'll be using some new round balls and I'm going to swage. But driving them to the bottom of the cylinder gives me a much better efficiency on my powder use. And I have a post on that with some numbers from Sam Padella's Black Powder Loading Manual. So I'm going to cap them, and I'm going to put a little, well, first I'm going to put a little grease on top. This is just Crisco. Put a little of that on top. Not too much. Just to get it down the barrel, prevent wetting, a little more consistency. Let me get my board right here. Oops, where am I? There we go. See, just enough to get it down there. Grease it up a little bit. Whoops. So that's it. Let's see, I'm going to cap them with my Primal caps, homemade caps. And we're going to be good to go at my target channel, YouTube channel. Black Powder Yarn. That's from the, of course, from the Primal caps. They look like rust, but it's not. This is it for my channel today. YouTube at Black Powder Yard, associated with my blog, blackpowderyard.com. Thank you.